Hey, you tourists, it's your boy Dominations at the back of the banks. It's going to do so how we do it, text, baby. Again, the all place, all place, all place, all place, all place go get it. Oh, place go get it. Oh, place go get it. Oh, place go get it. It's right back in the banks. Chuck of the deuce is how we do it, text, baby. Man, I know it's back. You know this, know this, know this, know this. Real man rise up. Fake man rise. Fake man. Real man rise up. Fake man rise down. Real women rise up. Fake women rise down. Real women rise up. Fake women rise down. Brought the word preacher, preach on. And today's topic we're going to talk about is feeling and fantasies. I want to ask for fellas and ladies. For fellas, what's your fantasy? Ladies, what's your fantasy? Everybody has a fantasy, and we're going to talk about when it comes to what turns on when they get attracted to sex and what turns off when attracted to sex. Making love. And sex and fucking. There's a difference between making love, sex, and fucking. Making love is making love to people that you care about. Nice and gentle and slow and stay and calm and relaxing. Relaxer. That's making love. Two people that grow old and meant together, be together, and built in of their dream house and raise a little baby cubs running around. That's love right there. You got young people nowadays don't know what love is. For all you people that sit there use the word love, stop using the word out of love and love with no meaning. If you have love with meaning, you'll get it. With love with no meaning, anybody can say I love you, but that doesn't mean to me. They're just saying that to get something from you or they can't get nothing out of you. Anybody can say it, but say it with meaning. If you can't say it with meaning, then you don't know what love is. Love is like burning hot candles and lighting candles of dinner and rose and petals and rubber bub bathtub, breakfast in the dinner, and talk things through and trust and commitment and communication. Those are things. Those are love. Sex, anybody just having sex, one night stand. Some person that barely you don't even know, they don't even know. Having sex with access to drugs, alcohol, tipsy, whole nine. That's sex. Fucking is just fucking. Y'all straight fucking. Fucking each other like a rough sex, other sex. Do it or whatever. Sex in the bathroom, sex in the kitchen, sex in the beach, sex everywhere. You see what I'm getting at? Because there's a difference between making love, sex, and fucking. I'm going to say it to fellas and men and women. They'll get it. There's a difference between making love, sex, and fucking. You get what I'm saying? They're not the same. They're not. They look comparable. All three is the same in a certain category, but they're a different category with love and sex and fucking. All right? You get it. But I want to tell what's your fantasy. Everybody has a fantasy. Some people's fantasy is, nage a trois. A threesome or orgy or anal or non-anal. Some people fantasy is people making love in the garden. Some people fantasy having sex in public bathroom. Some people out there fucking and daily outside. But my fantasy is this. Like women's fantasy is like this. Women fantasy have play toes in the sand and building sandcastles on the beach. That's women fantasy. Women fantasy is like, how can I say this? When somebody is a feet fetish, rubbing their feet in the lake of water. I'm not into feet fetish. That's just not me. I don't even want a woman to touch my feet. I ain't touching theirs. I'm just me. Some women fantasy is like, how can I say it? Some women fantasy is like this. Women fantasy is how can I say this? Role play. You play cops and robbers. She be a cop and you be a robber. It's like that. Men's fantasy is like this. Men fantasy, women like to they want to spank of a woman. Some women like to be spanked. Some women don't like to be spanked. Some men, their fantasy is due to a woman who ripping her clothes off and just do it on the elevator. It's like that. Some people get down like that. Some people ain't down with it. Some people do. And men's fantasy is like this, like pulling her hair. Some guys into that pulling a woman's hair. Some women into it, some women not. Every man and woman's fantasy is different. But I'm gonna tell you what my little fantasy is even more better. My fantasy, what I feel a fantasy to make a woman turn on, and guess what is? Put two fingers and rub her clit together. You know what I mean? What I mean is to make her juiciness, and juices often make her wet and make it a wet spot and nice and shining and neat. And guess what this is? Start with the letter G and a clitoris. Or get her squirt or squirt murdered. Squirt merman or squirt. Man, squirt is the most sexiest thing that ever been God created and been by created. People always stay for a Christian standpoint and stand of view of Christian. They always look at sex can be bad. Don't get me wrong. Sex can be bad if people are not being careful as responsibility responsible for adults. Because some guys and men and women do go too far, especially men. I ain't gonna lie. Men into sex, women are not to. Women, you got to get women talk into it if they feel comfortable about it or not. Only thing they do, you got to get what they can relax or they can feel comfortable or being gentle with it. Some women don't like it gentle. Some women like to be rough and nasty and dirty. I'm going to tell you something, fella. If you make a woman turn on, feel her fantasy, rub her two clicks together, make her juice and moist and wet. I'm telling you, it turns a woman on. It turns her on. Women would try to act like they don't like it, but come on, they like it. Rub your two clicks together and rub that click real tight and neat. I swear her juice would be flowing like you just like in a pie pot and a pat of water. I'm telling you. But always relax of the body and relax of the flow of the body and the body of the flow with of the flesh and the flesh out of the bodiness. Because I'm gonna tell you, it does work. I watched this guy, and he did this click with this woman. This woman was turned on so quick, he filled this woman fantasy, and it would show you. And there was a secret video to add how you could make a woman reach an orgasm, multiple orgasm, make a woman squirt. Some women squirt higher, some women squirt even lower. There's a lot of other different ways. You can tap it up, or tap it, or click it and rub it in, or tap it up. That's the only way you'll make a woman really come even faster. I'm telling you, it does work. And I'm gonna tell you something. I would definitely love to try it on women. That's my fantasy, to make a woman squirt. And if women heard how to rub inches out of her clit, try it, fellas. Try it. It does work to a woman. It does work. Some women are into it. Some women do squirt. No, the squirted in. Some women don't squirt at all. Some women squirt higher or lower. There's a lot of ways to get a woman turned on. But if you don't turn off, that means you ain't doing it right. Or some women are not into it at all. That's her choice. But I'm telling you, that's my most fulfilling fantasy, to make a woman turn on. But a woman, there's a lot of things that women make a man make them turn off. See, sex can be a beautiful thing, but at the same time, sex only can be beautiful when it comes to sex and fucking and making love. You got somebody you can share with to the rest of your life. And that's all I can say about that. What more than what you can say, and say what you got to will, because something's got to work. Something has had to give in and take too. All right? All right. And that's all I can say about that. It's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Base, the Chuck of the Deuces. How we do, Texas, baby. And until next time, all right? All right. Peace, and I'm out.